Today, we're diving into a single, breathtaking piece for cello that, well, it sounds less like one instrument and more like a whole sonic universe. We're going to crack the code of Kaija Saariaho's masterpiece, Petals.
So the composer herself basically hands us the central clue right here. She talks about a piece built on opposites, these fragile, colorful moments that suddenly erupt into energetic, melodic ones. This quote, it's our starting point. It's the fundamental conflict that's going to drive this entire piece.
And that leads us to the big mystery we're going to solve. I mean, seriously, how does Saariaho take one acoustic instrument, wood and strings, and make it sound so huge, so complex, so otherworldly? Let's figure it out.
All right, our first major clue isn't in the instrument itself. Nope, it's in the mind of the composer, and this really radical philosophy of sound that she helped pioneer.
Okay, so this is Kaija Saariaho, and her story is just fascinating. Back in 1980, she hears a group of French composers called the Spectralists, and it's a total game changer for her. It sends her to Paris, to this famous research institute called IRCAM, where she starts using computers to analyze the very essence of sound itself.
So what is this secret philosophy? It's called spectralism. And the big idea is this. Every single sound you hear isn't just one note. It's actually a main pitch plus a whole stack of quieter, higher frequencies, harmonics, overtones, you name it. Think of it like a unique sound DNA. Spectralism uses computers to analyze that hidden fingerprint and then uses that as the raw material for a new piece.
You can basically break it down into 3 steps. First, you take a sound, let's say a single cello note, and you put it under a digital microscope to see all its hidden parts. Second, you take that fingerprint, that sound DNA, and you turn it into new musical material, like a totally unique chord. And third, you build the entire composition from that genetic material. You're not just writing notes anymore, you're literally composing with a fabric of sound.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy down. Now let's get to the instrument itself. How on earth does Saariaho get these incredible sounds out of a box of wood and 4 strings? Here's the key. You have to stop thinking of the cello as just a cello. In her hands, it becomes what she calls a multi-timbral synthesizer. Timbre, that's the color or quality of a sound, suddenly becomes just as important as melody or harmony. It's a main character, not just a supporting actor.
And remember that conflict she talked about in her quote? Well, here it is in action. Instead of the old tension between nice-sounding chords and dissonant ones, Saariaho creates a brand new drama. It's a battle between the absolute purest, cleanest sounds the cello can make and the rawest, noisiest, scratchiest tones you can imagine, where the pitch is almost completely obliterated by pure texture.
Now, to pull this off, the cellist needs an incredible toolkit of what we call extended techniques. We're talking about playing microtones, the notes between the keys on a piano. We're talking about these eerie slides from a perfect note right into pure noise, or bowing way down by the bridge to get these thin, glassy sounds. The performer has to be a total virtuoso.
And, as if that wasn't enough, there's also an optional layer of electronics. You can add reverb to make the sounds just hang in the air, blurring together, or a harmonizer that can actually split the pitch, creating these weird, detuned shadows of the original note. They aren't required, but they're like a magnifying glass, just making all the core ideas in the music even bigger.
So we've got the composer's philosophy and the deconstructed instrument. Now for the blueprint. How is this piece actually put together? It's not just random, is it?
It all comes back to what she told us in that first quote. The entire piece is basically a duel between 2 different musical personalities. You've got type A, which is fragile and coloristic. Think slow, atmospheric, kind of timeless. And then you've got type B, which is energetic with these really clear, driving rhythms and melodic shapes you can grab onto.
And this table just lays out the whole structure, and it's fascinating to see. The piece is built in 7 sections that are constantly trading off between those 2 personalities. Look at this. It starts out all free and floating, then bam, it snaps into a fast and aggressive section before it chills out again. This is not random noise, folks. It is a highly organized drama built on contrast.
All right, let's put all the pieces together. We've cracked the code, we've seen the blueprint, but what does it all mean? Why is this such a revolutionary way of thinking about music?
This is so important. This isn't just about avoiding a key signature. Saariaho is changing the entire game. In her music, the most important questions aren't, what chord is this, or what key are we in? The questions become, what's the texture of this sound? What's its color? How is it changing from clean to noisy?
And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway. This is a truly mind-bending idea that completely flips music theory on its head. Saariaho has said she thinks of timbre, the color of a sound, as being vertical, and harmony as being horizontal.
What on earth does that mean? Okay, think of it this way. The timbre of a single note is a vertical stack of all those hidden frequencies happening at the exact same time. By analyzing that stack, she takes those ingredients and stretches them out over time, horizontally, to create the melodies and the flow of the piece. The DNA of a single moment literally becomes the story of the entire work. It's just incredible.
So we're left with this question. Petals doesn't just ask us to listen to notes, it teaches us to listen to the very nature of sound itself. So the next time you hear anything, a car horn, a bird, your own voice, are you going to listen past the pitch and try to hear its unique, hidden color?